is enough to sustain a relationship? 3, 2, 1.
So I do think that love is the basis of pretty much everything. So obviously other things come into it, that's why I'm not all the way over there, but I think when everything goes wrong or things leave, people leave, you lose your job, money isn't there, the thing that you can always count on is supposed to be that connection and love. So I think that's what holds a relationship together.
Yeah, I'm with my guy. If you don't have love, it kind of feels pointless outside of that. You can have money, success, and all these things in common, but if you don't love each other, that's falling apart regardless. So love, number one.
I do agree that love is really important in like all relationships, obviously, but I've seen so many relationships fail even when they still love each other, and there's so many other things like distance, if your ambitions are aligned and things like that as well. So I think they all have, effort too. I think there's just so many things that you need to consider, and love isn't the only thing. It might be a basis, but things can override it as well. That's great.
I do think that love is a huge factor, but you can love someone and it still doesn't work, whether it's communication or values. So as much as I do agree with my partner and it's very romantic, I do think there is a lot more to it, and there's a reason that a lot of relationships, there's a lot of love and it still doesn't work.
I think the biggest thing that indicates success, or not success, but positive relationship is commitment rather than love. I think a lot of people can love each other the same way you would love a parent, but that doesn't always indicate a positive relationship. The same way people have like struggles in terms of addiction and stuff like that. You can love someone but know that it's not healthy to be with them for the rest of your life.
Just adding on to that, I think trust, to a certain extent, love is very important in a relationship, but if you and your partner don't trust each other, then there's not really like a strong foundation for you two to build on.
You should know everything about your partner. 3, 2, 1.
Okay. You know, if you're having a commitment and later on in life, you're gonna spend the whole life with your partner, and then, after your parents or your siblings, your partner is everything to you. So I think you should know every details about it. So, you're going somewhere, and then if any of your friends or siblings come up to you asking about your partner and you don't know about it, so it's a little weird for me. So I feel I should know about everything about my partner. So that is what I believe. Yeah, so I strongly agree.
I feel like you don't need to know absolutely everything. Like, I trust them enough. Whether they're going out and doing their own thing, that's cool, that's their thing. Let them have their freedom. I don't need to know every single second or every single minute of where they are. They can have their own freedom in that aspect. Go for it.
I said disagree. I think when you're in a long-term relationship, I think the element of surprise is what keeps it interesting and keeps it going. So I think not knowing everything all at once is probably a key. So, yeah.
I definitely agree with my wife. Married for 2.5 years. You like to see that you agree on one thing. I think keeping the mystery alive is great. So, you absolutely, all the way agree, it's great to know everything about your partner. It's nice to have your own things as well, I guess, and keep the mystery alive, keep an element of surprise in your marriage.
No, same beat as those guys. If you know absolutely everything, what are you going to talk about? If you know everything, then what's new, what's keeping the flame alive? So I think an element of a relationship is coming back after doing stuff that's different and talking about it and learning about, what's going through their head. So that's why I disagree.
Jealousy is a sign of true love. 3, 2, 1.
So I'm more on the disagree, but I also think that jealousy is a good thing. That means that you truly do love them in some sort of way. But if you're too jealous, that's when it becomes toxic and it's not good. But yeah.
I believe jealousy does show that you do care deeply about that person, but too much jealousy can be harmful to the relationship. So for example, if you're too overbearing and too jealous, it might come off as like you're trying to control them, which will like push them away eventually, like over a long term.
I feel like jealousy is a good indicator that you're interested and you have feelings for them, but I feel like at a certain point it's really just bringing to surface your own insecurities that you need to work through. So it's a part of a relationship, but I don't think long term it's good if it's a continuous issue.
I got with a girl who charismatically charmed me, and I feel like that's just her natural personality to sometimes be charming to others. So if I got jealous every time she seemed charming towards a person, I probably just couldn't be with someone like that. So it's just good to be open to the idea that they can be charming to others without being jealous.
Men should always pay for dates. 3, 2, 1.
I don't fully agree, but I'm neutral. I like to pay on a date, but also like my wife likes to pay, or like the girl likes to pay as well. Shows that, you know, they're not dependent. I like someone independent that don't depend on the man for, like, I guess, everything, and not, I guess, being a bit more stereotypical, like the man has to do everything. I like that we both have interdependency and don't depend on each other for those stereotypical things.
Being one of the younger people here today, my income compared to all of you is a lot lower. I do earn a lot less, but I still try and like buy my girlfriend things, because it's just like I enjoy taking her out for dinner and buying her gifts. Oh, sorry. I don't fully agree with men always paying. It is nice to get taken out for a date, but I do prefer paying.
I agree with the two boys. I think that for me, because my dad's super old school, he's always embedded it in me that I must pay. But I'm in agreement with these two boys. I kind of like when my girlfriend pays as well. It's like a 50-50 type thing. I enjoy it. It's good. You want to do it?
So I'm a little bit on the disagree side. I think I take it from the perspective of I think if you give a man or like your partner an opportunity to do that, it kind of gives them that, you know, that respect in a way. So it's kind of giving them that opportunity. Although I do believe in equality, it's kind of like, you know, it's a nice gesture. So there's a few things that I feel like your partner can show those levels of gestures. So I think this is just like one of them. So yeah.
I feel like if you're on a first date, sure. Been together 8 years though, so kind of my money's her money is my money. So when I pay for the date, she's pretty much paying for the date anyway. That's about it.
Again, I agree with the first date thing. Like, obviously, your guy wants to take you out, whatever. But I feel like a girl also like putting in. It kind of shows effort as well. If you go and you put an effort to plan a date or something like that, you take him out and just kind of splitting it, not 50-50, like, oh my God, we're splitting the bill right now, but like one date, next date, one date, next date. I feel like that's just a better way. So it's not dependency as well. I don't like that idea that, oh, like one person's paying for everything in your life. It's, I don't know, it just feels like you're sitting not doing much. Back to effort as well. So yeah.
I disagree to that because, I don't know, for me, I feel like I'm okay in the first date paying for that, but I feel like I pretty much get dependent on it, and I don't want to be, because I feel like I would love to pay more than that. But yeah, if it's 50-50 or splitting, that's fine for me. But okay, and again, if it's a financial condition, we can like have an understanding about it, but not always. I would not agree to that. So yeah.
Sex is the most important part of a relationship. 3, 2, 1.
I think a lot of relationships tend to be built off of lust rather than an actual connection, which is why I would never say something like sex is the most important thing in a relationship, because at the end of the day, like, when you come home to someone, you're really relying upon your connection to them rather than just lust. Because at the end of the day, like, we all get old and we're not going to be having sex for the rest of our lives. I mean, some of us might, but like, you know, attraction fades and it's truly like your connection to the person that matters the most.
I said disagree, just because I think sex is like an element of a connection with somebody. So I think, you know, if you are like, you know, really into the person you're with, then that comes naturally. But if you're solely relying on that, then it's kind of like, you know, you could just do like a one night stand or like a date. Like, what makes it different from a relationship? So I think, yeah, that's why I said what I said. Yeah.
I'm neutral on it because it's just one piece of the puzzle, really. It's an important aspect to have that attraction and element of lust, but it's not what you should be relying on. Like what you guys were saying, if you're relying on solely sex, then it's probably not going to be long term. So that's why I'm here.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I agree to him because sex is a part of a relationship. It's not an important part. But I think it's more of how commitment and other stuff's related to it. Because I think it's more built on how understanding you are, how committed to you with each other, and how you're building up the relationship. So I think it's not that important part. If it's more, then yeah, of course it's a lust. So, yeah.
A long distance relationship can never work. 3, 2, 1.
Tried long distance, but to me, an intimate connection with your partner is very important when you're in a relationship. And if you can't meet face to face and do all those things that you do, like go for a date or go out for dinner, it's very damaging to me. Do you know that?
No. Do you? Personally, I don't think I could do one, but I have a friend that is currently in a long distance relationship and they've been 1 year strong and they're really good, so it works. Yeah.
When I think of long distance, I don't think you never meet the person. I think it could be a stage in your life, let's say you're studying abroad or something like that. And I feel like we've been together for almost 5 years. So we've been together during COVID. And for me, that's like the closest thing to long distance because you don't see the person, especially if you live like pretty far away. And I think you still make it. We definitely made it. I know some people don't, but every relationship has struggles. And if you're willing to overcome distance, I feel like it's doable. Obviously, you would have to make certain sacrifices and it's a different view on dating and things like that, but it works in the end. Well, with us it did, so yeah.
I'd just like to add on, I'd say especially in the earlier stages of our relationship, we were just really focused on our schooling and pretty much we would never see each other maybe 3 months, I'd say, or ages a lot longer than that. So that stayed like that for me to maybe the first 2 years of our relationship, I'd say. And with that, saying that it would never work is a bit of an overstatement. I feel like that's just an exaggeration, and I feel like if you really find the right person and you want to make it work, then you just got to put the effort in, and yeah.
So I have experience in the past, so I think it depends on both partners. I'm neutral about it, because as others said, it can work, and yeah, it can work depending on the partners, how committed you are. And again, if you're not loyal to your partner, so yeah, it might not work, but I did experience in the past, so for me, I think it can work for me. I can do it better. And yeah, so I think it depends on the partners, how committed you are and how loyal to each other. So yeah.
And that's the end of the episode. Thanks, guys. Hug it out. Hugs and kisses. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.